Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Florida. Uh, I went out in the atrium this morning for my meditation instead of the meditation room. Sat under the full moon, although it's to the west of me and I can't see it from the chair that I'm sitting in, but the light is pretty bright compared to compared to nights when there isn't a full moon. And it was just really calm and nice out there. I discovered yesterday another dead bird in my atrium, and I actually went out and got some screen, uh, some big hold screen to put over the top of the chimney that will prevent birds from flying down into my atrium. I, I need to block that because I don't want them coming in here and dying on me. It doesn't feel good. Anyway, it is a beautiful morning outside and another beautiful day. The energy lately has been absolutely wonderful. I don't know where all it's coming from, but I'm thankful for it. The title that I've selected for today is Accommodating and Facilitating the Changes. And the blurb that I wrote is, it does not matter where you stand in the awakening of consciousness. Everyone is aware at some level that major changes are happening on Earth. The system as we have known it is collapsing. Some say that the changes will simply happen, and we don't have to do anything. Others insist that we must take an active role, that passivity will not get the job done. As I see it, the truth is that only a relatively small percentage will take action at some level. What that action is will vary for each one of us according to our individual makeup and conditions in our personal lives. For me, I am doing all I know to do to accommodate and facilitate changes in my own life, knowing these will have a ripple effect that will touch everyone else. That's how it works. I listened to Bill Wood, also known as Bill Brockbrader, which is his real name, yesterday. Not the whole entire Wolf Spirit recording, but the first part of it till Bill took a break, and I didn't listen beyond that point. But Bill was insisting that we have to get active. We have to take to the streets and let people know that we're not happy with how things are, that things are not going to change in this country until we take an active role. And he criticized, without naming them, some of the people that are advocates that the changes are coming and it doesn't matter what people do, the changes are going to happen. And Bill's saying, no, they're not. But I'm going to say this about Bill. Bill, to me, still is a hero. One of the great things that he shared in the audio was that all the criminal charges against him have been dropped by the prosecution. And that is good news. Bill is one of the people like me who is active in facing the injustices that are in the system here in the United States. And this is also happening around the world in many other countries. I mean, people are taking to the streets in massive, massive numbers. Here in the United States, the Occupy movement, I mean, it's still around, but I don't see them doing anything. Except on an individual level, we are doing something. We are confronting people that are in positions of so-called leadership and saying enough is enough. No more of this crap. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go into my bank again. I attempted last week to open a checking account in the name of my trust without a social security number or any federal ID that links me to the matrix, that links me to the system. I want to be out of the system. And I went in yesterday bringing the laws to the bankers so they have it in writing, what the law is. They tell me what their policy is, but their law is against their policy is against the law and can bring financial repercussions upon them. Not that I mean, I like my bank. I like the people that I interact with at the local level. They're good people. And I was pleased that the person that I was talking to yesterday is aware of some of the things that I was talking about. So, as I said, everybody knows that changes are coming. She knew that the Federal Reserve is in trouble. She knew that. And indeed it is. We pop up. I hate pop-up windows. Anyway, many people are aware. I'm making the people in the courts aware. I did file more papers last week with the court because they did not respond to my counterclaim and to the affidavits therein, which means they become the fact in the matter. I gave them 15 days. They didn't respond. They actually defaulted on their whole process. So I have ordered the process stopped. Now, what they're going to do with my order remains to be seen. I will check later this week to see what they've done as far as the court, because I have no intention of going before that judge ever again at all for any reason that treated me so rudely the last time. And I have no intention of I have done what they wanted me to do, and I have no intention of paying them any money. And I've made that very clear, that I cannot relinquish any funds that there is not a signed valid contract by both parties. These are things and steps that I am taking personally as I challenge the system where I am. And that's what each of us has to do. Bill Woods, I understand him, Bill Brockbrader, I understand him wanting people to get out en masse and protest and use the Gandhi method of collective civil disobedience to bring down the system, as Gandhi did in India, of bringing the overt British rule of India to a stop, to a standstill, ending it, ending that system of colonialism in India. And now the Indians do the same thing to themselves because the bankers still end up controlling everything. But we need to be aware of that, and we need to make other people aware of it so that as these changes come, it's not going to blow people away too badly. Now, the truth of the matter is, so much of the world's economy spins on the system staying as it was. I mean, I was talking to a friend last night at length about the county in which I live here in Florida, and this general region of Central Florida that has so many major companies that operate their whole businesses on military contracts, on creating weapon systems and things like that. I mean, we've got Northrop Grumman and Harris Corporation and Martin Marietta and I can't even remember. Well, there's General Electric and different ones that have operations here in this area. The Space Center has all but shut down. There's still people working there, but the workforce is greatly reduced, making this one of the worst unemployment areas in the state of Florida, if not the entire nation. So these are some of the situations that people face, and peace would be a very costly, at least on the surface, it would be a very costly thing for people that are making money on selling war. So retooling everything and refocusing everything toward peaceful solutions would look like a hardship to many people, and people are not going to take action against something that's going to affect their pocketbook. because we're trained to live in fear. We're trained to live chasing money. We're going to ultimately realize the foolishness of that, of working for pieces of paper in our pocket that are debt instruments, that aren't even real money. We're going to learn that. And we need to individually take responsibility for our own lives. That's the most important thing anybody can do. We need to recognize that we do have an influence in our own life, if nothing else, in how we choose to respond to the circumstances that we face. We can respond as victims or as empowered individuals. Empowered, if we respond the latter, becoming empowered and standing for the truth. We have to first, of course, know what the truth is and know who we are in order to do that. But once we know that, if we stand in the truth, it does have, as I said, the ripple effect. We make the changes in our own life, and they will reflect in the outer world. That's simply how it works. Now, I do not expect the majority of people to get on board before the changes can be facilitated. I mean, I just don't think that that's even realistic thinking. So if you've got the mindset that we've got to get at least to 51% before we can change the world, you're not understanding how anything has ever worked in this world, because it's never been the majority that have created the actual structures that move the world in its systematic way. It has never been that way, and it will never be that way. It's always going to be the relative minority. And when I say relative minority, I'm talking about 1% or so, that actually, probably less than 1%, that actually make the changes and create the systems of our world. And we've already gone beyond the tipping point for creating the good changes. Now, many of us, like myself, not a huge number, but many of us are working at the archetypal level. In other words, we're internalizing the collective consciousness. We're feeling the feelings of the collective consciousness and transmuting them. These are things that I am doing in my meditation and in my prayers to help others. When I take the globe in my hands, when I'm in the meditation room, and I pray for the various parts of the world where people are really struggling badly, and where they have tremendous hardships. But there are people even in the, quote, first world countries in Europe and North America that, and I guess Australia and Japan, these places also have people that are struggling very badly with health issues, with unemployment issues, with underemployment issues, with lack, and with all sorts of things that indicate the problems that we're having as the system collapses. And I pray for these people, and that's something every one of you can do. Every one of you can take time at least every day to spend 5 or 10 minutes praying for those that are hurting, praying that they might be strengthened in their inner being, praying that the circumstances might help them open up so that they can have their eyes opened and their hearts open so that they can see a way out. How important is that? We can pray for these people. I have people that I try to pray for all the time. And as they come to mind, I visualize them or think of their names. I don't, some people I don't do every day because they don't come to mind every day. I don't have them written down. It's all from my heart. In closing, I do want to say one more thing. I got an email yesterday from somebody, and I don't remember even who sent it, but asking, did you read the article, or I think it was, did you read the articles that I sent you, or the files that I sent you, or something. I want you to understand, folks, that I get 500 to 1,000 emails a day. And if you think that I can read every article that somebody sends me, or look at every video that somebody wants me to watch, I'm sorry. That's a dream world. I can't do it. I do the best I can to respond to as many people as I can. I can't do it all. I'm one human being, one individual, and I do my best to say thank you to each person that befriends me on Facebook, to say thank you for each person that subscribes to my YouTube channel, both of which are around 3,800 right now approximately. I do take time every day to say happy birthday to the people that are on my friends list on Facebook that have birthdays. Uh, I have certain routines that I follow, but I cannot remember uh, everything, and I cannot read everything that you want me to read. I cannot watch every video that you want me to watch, especially the longer ones, especially the longer ones. I don't have the time. Uh, anyway, I wanted to do that as some housekeeping because people expect me. Well, I sent you an email and about this or this, and they expect me to remember that. And I'd like to be able to do that, but it's just not humanly possible. So please understand that. And once again, I want to thank you for taking time to listen and do what you can do, and ask Spirit to open up your heart and mind so that you can see things that you can do that will help everyone else. Because helping everyone else is showing love and showing respect and concern and recognizing that we're all one in this thing, and we are changing the world, and the changes are coming very rapidly. Namaste. Thank you.